Thanks for taking the time to learn how to properly clean and maintain your GT3000. Proper care will allow your purifier to improve your living space for years to come. Find a clean, sturdy countertop or table to disassemble your purifier. You'll also need a Phillips screwdriver. First, turn off and unplug the purifier and remove the DC power adapter plug from the rear of the unit. Using your screwdriver, remove the screw from the rear cover. Squeeze the sides of the rear cover until they release and tilt the rear cover slightly upwards, and it should separate from the main body. Next, remove the brass thumb screws from the top two corners of the filter assembly and place them where you will find them easily later as well. The top of the filter tilts away from the main body at the top of the unit. Set it aside. We'll clean it in a bit. Locate the purification plate and grasp it by the white ceramic. Gently pull it straight out and set it aside for cleaning. Remove the nuts from the screw posts on either side of the PCO cell and place them with the other screws you're keeping together. Next, find the PCO cell connector on the right side of the rear of the purifier beside where you found the purification plate. Pinch the tabs on the top and bottom of the connector and pull gently until it comes out of its outlet. Gently slide the PCO cell out of the purifier and set it aside. Remove the 4 screws at the corners of the front grille. If you find that they fall out easily, store them with your other screws, but they are designed to be retained by the grill during cleaning. Remove the front grill. Be careful, the ionization needle, found near the top of the front of the purifier, is now exposed and is quite sharp. You can clean the ionization needle with a cotton swab and rubbing alcohol. It doesn't take much, and you'll want to be careful and gentle. Next, you'll clean the rear cover and the main body of the purifier outside and in with a damp cloth, compressed air, or a vacuum. Don't use chemical cleaners for this part. Use compressed air or a vacuum cleaner's hose attachment to remove excess dust from the PCO cell. Do not get the PCO cell wet or use chemicals, or attempt to take the PCO cell apart. Remember that your PCO cell needs replaced annually for continuous users, even before the lamp burns out. Next, we'll clean the rear filter and the purification plate. You need to take the filter apart to clean it, and you do this by lifting the tabs on the sides of the assembly to remove the rim so that you can separate the mesh, foam, and honeycomb layers. The best way to clean the parts of the filter is to rinse them in running water. Take each piece, run water through it, especially through the cleaner side and out the dirtier side, shake it dry, and set it where it will get plenty of air to dry completely before reinstalling. Here's how to clean your purification plate. There are 2 chemicals that you probably have around your home that can be used. The first is white vinegar. The second is ammonia, which you would dilute with an equal amount of water. You'll also need a container that can hold the entire purification plate and a soft bristle brush, such as a used toothbrush. Start by filling the container enough that the liquid will cover the purification plate's wire mesh completely. Put the dirty purification plate into the cleaning solution and let it soak for at least 6 hours and no more than 24 hours. Most people let it soak overnight. After soaking, use the soft bristle brush to scrub the loosened contaminants from the wire mesh on both sides of the purification plate. If there are any stubborn contaminants, soak for another 6 hours and repeat. When you are satisfied that the purification plate is clean, remove it from the tray and dry it with your cloth. Let the purification plate air dry completely before reinstalling. Now that everything is clean and dry, it's time to put your purifier back together again. First, let's put the filter assembly back together. Take the largest plastic piece and set it in your workspace like so. First, put in the honeycomb, then the foam, then the mesh, and finally, reattach the rim. Make sure the tabs on the rim seat into their slots on the largest piece and that everything is holding together. Place the front grille back on the front of the purifier, making sure that the logo is right side up, and install the screws until they are secure. Next, install the purification plate, holding it by the white ceramic and gently sliding it into the slots until it is completely seated and the metal clips are contacting both sides of the plate's metal mesh. Then, install the PCO cell. Slide it into place, replace the nuts to hold it, and plug its connector back in. Install the rear filter back onto the purifier by inserting the bottom into the supports and then closing it up against the unit. Replace the two thumb screws that hold it in place. Orient the rear cover to the back of the unit. Tilt it so the top will contact the rear of the purifier first and insert the top tab into the space above the rear filter. Then, tilt the rear cover down until it seats. Replace the screw in the rear cover. Plug the DC adapter into the rear of the purifier and plug the power cord back into the wall. Ensure that the power cord is securely seated in the DC adapter and turn the unit back on. Check to make sure that neither replace PCO cell or replace plate is showing on the display. If the display shows perform cleaning, press and hold the circle on the control panel labeled Reminder Reset until the notification disappears. It should come back on after 30 more days of continuous use.